Hi everybody, it's me again. This video I want to talk about something, well actually it was in relation to another video by a YouTuber, and I found the news article in regards to that. I wanted to read to you. It's something that's been going on for like a couple of years or so. I believe it was like around 2007. But anyway, it was in regards to the U.S. government's call for preaching called Clear and Present Danger. And I thought, well, it's coming. But here's Daryl Myatt's channel. You want to check out his channel. He's got some really good. See, there he is. See? And he's talking about that, what I had just mentioned. And it's you go to Daryl Myatt, yeah, M-Y-A-T. I'll just post it. It's down there now, right? To his channel, to go check him out and subscribe to him. But anyway, what he was talking about in this article, and what the article talked about, was that that the appeals court decides the fate of free speech at the Liberty Bell. And what it was in regards to was in regards to a case about an evangelist who was arrested for preaching near the Liberty Bell. And and this is one of our what you call important, what you call well, what do you call it, a symbol, I'm sorry, I was trying to think of the word, excuse me, a symbol of our symbol of freedom here in this country. And I heard years ago about a story about how a crack got in the Liberty Bell. If you notice that there's a crack in the Liberty Bell, if you ever seen the Liberty Bell, is that, well, I heard that the way the story went is that when they went to place the Liberty Bell in the position where it is now, that the Liberty Bell was dropped and a crack had set in it where they dropped it. And actually I heard that wasn't the story at all, but the way it was is that it was deliberately, the crack was deliberately put in there for a reason. And actually I wasn't so clear about what the reason why the crack was in the bell. So could that be like a sign as to Liberty has a crack in it? So I'll leave that to your own thought. But what this article, I'll have a link to this article also, if you can read it too. It's where the panel of judges of the 3rd U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals heard arguments that free speech should be allowed on public property at the site of the famous Liberty Bell, which itself quotes from the Bible, stating, "Proclaim liberty throughout the land unto all inhabitants thereof." And the arguments came in a case involving Michael Marcavage, who is a minister who works, includes street preaching. And he goes out into the streets and he preaches the gospel. And he was fined and put on probation for preaching to the public on a sidewalk outside the Liberty Bell. And this was the center of the trial, in which government prosecutors described his message as actions as clear and present danger. And so the case began in October of 2007. So this had been going on since then. And the story was posted April 13th, 2010. And there's also a video here on this website if you want to listen to the video about when he was arrested. Said that Marcavage was ultimately charged with violating a so-called verbal permit and interfering with agency functions, whatever that means, or whatever they're referring to. But it's an interesting article, and I just thought maybe it's something to look into in regards to where our free speech is going here in this country. And it's a really good story about Michael Marcavage, about what he says, like Philadelphia, the birthplace of American freedom, and the site of the Liberty Bell, and Independence Hall. As freedom is under attack by a very government that was established here to protect it, he says. And the blessings of liberty that God bestowed upon our nation continues to be lost while the gospel of Jesus Christ is silenced. He continues. And if the Third Circuit Court of Appeals upholds the ruling and finds that the federal government can ban Americans from speaking to others on matters that are important to them in public forum or without advance government permission, then this could very well be the final nail in the coffin of our freedoms. So people, regardless of the subject and whatever you feel about the gospel of Jesus Christ, if one day you decide that you want to stand in public and speak your mind about something, and then somebody comes to you and say, you can't speak, on this certain subject, and if you don't stop, we're going to haul you off to jail. And would you want that to happen to you? So it was just something to think about. So if you want to go ahead and go over and read the article, you're welcome to. I'll leave a link there for you to look at. And it's getting very close to where the government is about putting, the nail in the coffin, like they said, on our freedoms. So it's going to be up to each and every one of us who wants to hold on to free speech and loves free speech, and wants to take liberty of that freedom. You need to speak up and do something about it now before it will be taken away, and that privilege will be taken away. But I would say to the government or anyone who's listening to this, that no one won't shut me up about preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ, because I answer to Jesus Christ. He is the one that set me free from sin. And that you might want to try to silence this, but you can't take it out of my heart, because my love for Jesus is in my heart, and that's where it will be. And I will tell others about him and what he's done for me. And so that's all I have to say about that. And so I'll close for now, and I'll see you in my next video. You all take care, and God bless you, and Jesus loves you.